Hey y'all, Holly Anta with Plum Crossroads Farm. I just wanted to give you a little update on what we're working on right now. So, I'm gonna take you over here, and here's our onion bed. We can see our onions are doing really good. We've got some lettuce coming up here. Our dill did not take off very well for some reason, but our onions and lettuce are doing really nice. And then over here, I just finished, well, mostly finished. Still got to put some topsoil in, a couple other stuff, but I got the compost in. So I'm mostly done putting in what we need to put in for corn. So I'm going to try doing some sweet corn this year, and I'm going to pair that with some beans and probably some cucumbers. So I'm curious to see what I'm going to get with corn. I used some get this off. Whew. I used some, let me put it on, the sun's right in my eyes. I used some grain spawn I had left over from last year. It went bad. And so I'm curious because I have no idea what kind of fungus is in that grain spawn. I don't know what it's going to do to the corn. I have a friend, Jerry. She put some sweet corn out in her plot a little while ago. And when it came up, all her corn came up with corn smut. If you're not from around here, you may not know what corn smut is. So corn smut is this fungus that grows on corn. And it looks, honestly, it looks disgusting. It really does. But it's this delicacy. People use it in Mexican cooking and stuff like that. And it's absolutely divine. Chefs will pay top dollar for this. And it's really interesting because until you plant corn, this fungus basically lives in the soil. And when you plant corn, suddenly you got corn smut. You don't know if you got corn smut, basically, unless you test your soil for it. You don't know if you got corn smut until you plant corn. And your corn grows and it looks totally normal and everything's fine. And you don't know until your corn is mature and you open up your corn, and then at the top you'll see this corn smut. If you're interested, you can Google it and see what it looks like. But it's really interesting. You know, you can grow this corn and you can grow it, you know, however you think, you know, the corn should be grown or whatever, and you think you're going to be getting corn. But the thing is, the market for sweet corn and the market for corn smut is different. People who want to buy sweet corn don't want corn smut, but there's a huge market for corn smut. If you can get corn smut to grow, I mean, you can actually make more off your corn smut than you did off your sweet corn. But you got to find a different market for your corn smut. You know, it's kind of interesting. It's not too different from raising a family. And I got 5 kids. My kids now are 22, 19, 17, 11, and 8. So I've got some adults and soon to be adults, and then I've got some younger kids. I've got a 6-year-old grandson. You know, when you plant them, when they first pop up out of the ground, little seedlings, you know, you think you got one thing. You think you got corn. And then sometimes it's not until they're older. Sometimes it's not until they're mature, and you realize that you've actually got something else, something different than what you expected. It's not that it's worse. Mother Nature decided that instead of sweet corn, which you thought you were getting, that you were going to get corn smut instead. Just as valuable, just as delicious. Maybe it goes to a different market. Maybe you have to change the way that you think about it or the way that you refer to it. It's just as cool. It's the same stuff. I mean, it's still this amazing thing that you've grown, that you've nurtured, and that you've that you've taken care of and that you've grown. It's not a bad thing that it's different than you expected. It's one of those really cool surprises that Mother Nature gives us. Mother Nature is full of surprises. Part of the joy of being out here and working out here, working with the land and working with Mother Nature, is getting to see the surprises, getting to see the gifts that she gives us, because they're so often it's different from what we expect. And they're amazing gifts, and they're really cool surprises. But we have to be open to the idea that maybe sometimes it's not what we expected to get. Maybe sometimes it's a little bit different than what we thought we were getting or what we thought we were planting. It's still really cool. And we can still be really happy with what we're getting. And it's still really amazing. And we can still love the crops that we're harvesting. Now, this went in a totally different direction than I expected it. I gotta get back to work. Talk to y'all later. Bye.